Hi, I'm Shamla, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, KCS Kasinada College of Arts and Science, Chennai. In this video, we are going to discuss few topics in Java. Topics covered in this video are Java utility classes, introducing the AWT classes, layout managers and menus, and AWT controls. Abstract Window Toolkit. The Java AWT is an API to develop GUI or window-based application in Java. Java AWT components are platform dependent, that is, components are displayed according to the view of operating system. It is heavyweight, that is, its component uses the resources of system. It contains numerous classes and methods that allow you to create and manage windows. The java.awt package provides classes for AWT APIs such as text field, label, text area, radio button, checkbox, choice, list, etc. AWT classes. The AWT classes are contained in the java.awt package. It is one of Java's largest packages. Some of the classes and its description are listed here. Next topic is AWT controls. The AWT supports the following types of controls: labels, push buttons, checkboxes, choice list, scroll bars, and text editing. User interaction with the program is of two types: CUI, that is character user interface. In CUI, user interacts with the application by typing characters or commands. In CUI, user should remember the commands. It is not user friendly. Second one is GUI, graphical user interface. In GUI, user interacts with the application through graphics. GUI is user friendly. It makes application attractive. It is possible to stimulate real object in GUI programs. In Java, to write GUI programs, we can use AWT package. In this diagram, the hierarchy of Java AWT class is given. Explanation of the classes. First class is container. The container is a component in AWT that can contain other components like buttons, text fields, labels, etc. The class that extend container class are known as container, such as frame, dialog, and panel. Next class is window. The window is the container that has no borders and menu bars. You must use frame, dialog, or another window for creating a window. The third class is panel. The panel is a container that does not contain title bar and menu bars. It can have other components like button, text field, etc. The next one is frame. The frame is a container that contains title bar and can have menu bars. It can have other components like button, text field, etc. Some of the useful methods of component class are listed in this table. Next topic is listeners and listener methods. Listeners are available for components. A listener is an interface that listens to an event from a component. Listeners are available in java.aw.event package. The method in the listener interface ought to be implemented when using that listener. Few of the methods in the listener are listed below. The next topic is layout managers. A layout manager arranges the child components of a container. It positions and sets the size of the components within the container's display area according to a particular layout scheme. The layout manager's job is to fit the components into the available area while maintaining the proper spatial relationships between the components. AWT comes with a few standard layout managers that will collectively handle in most of the situations. You can make your own layout managers if you have special requirements. The diagram of the layout manager at work. The explanation of the layout manager diagram. Every container has a default layout manager. Therefore, when you make a new container, it comes with a layout manager object of the appropriate type. You can install a new layout manager at any time with the set layout method. Below, we set the layout manager of a container to a border layout. Set layout is a method of new border layout. Every component determines three important pieces of information used by the layout manager in placing and sizing it: a minimum size, a maximum size, and preferred size. These are reported by the getMinimum size, getMaximum size, and getPreferred size methods of component respectively. When a layout manager is called to arrange its components, it is working within a fixed area. It usually begins by looking at its container's dimension and the preferred or minimum size of the child components. Layout manager types. Flow layout. Flow layout is a simple layout manager that tries to arrange components with their preferred sizes from left to right and top to bottom in the display. It can have a specified justification of left, center or right and a fixed horizontal and vertical padding. By default, a flow layout uses center justification, meaning that all components are centered within the area allotted to them. It is a default for panel components like applet. A simple example program for flow layout. In that program, we are going to add 5 buttons. For that, we need a method to be called add new button. By calling this method, only we can able to add the buttons. The next layout is the grid layout. It arranges components into regularly spaced rows and columns. The components are arbitrarily resized to fit in the resulting areas. Their minimum and preferred sizes are consequently ignored. It is most useful for arranging very regular identical sized objects and for allocating space for panels to hold other layouts in each region of the container. Grid layout takes the number of rows and columns in its constructor. If you subsequently give it to many objects to manage, it adds extra columns to make the objects fit. You can also set the number of rows or columns to 0, which means that they don't care how many elements the layout manager packs in that dimension. For example, grid layout 2,0 requires a layout with 2 rows and an unlimited number of columns. If you put 10 components into this layout, you will get 2 rows of 5 columns each. A simple example program for grid layout. In this program also we are going to add 5 buttons. Whereas in the previous example we are not at all have the grids. In this example we are having the grids that all the buttons are separated by the grid. To achieve this we have to call the grid layout method inside the init method. The next layout is the border layout. It is a little more interesting. It tries to arrange objects in one of 5 geographical locations, that is north, south, east, west and center, possibly with some padding between. It is a default layout for window and frame objects because each component is associated with a direction. It can manage at most 5 components. It squashes or stretches those components to fit its constraints. When we add a component to a border layout, we need to specify both the component and the position at which to add it. To do so, we use an overloaded version of the add method that takes an additional argument as a constraint. A simple example program for border layout. The next topic is AWT control. First one is label. The easiest control to use is a label. A label is an objective of type label and it contains a string which it displays. Labels are passive controls that do not support any interaction with the user. A simple example for adding the label. To achieve this, we have to add the label by calling the method label. The next one is buttons. The most widely used control is a push button. A push button is a component that contains a label and that generates an event when it is pressed. Push buttons are objects of type button. Button class is useful to create push buttons. A push button triggers a series of events. To create a push button, we have to create the object by using the class button b1 is equal to new button. Within the bracket, label is enclosed within double quotes. To get the label of the button, we have to call string1 is equal to b1.getLabel. To set the label of the button, we have to call b1.setLabel and the name is enclosed within the parenthesis and the name is again enclosed within the double quotes. To get the label of the button clicked, string str is equal to ae.getAction command must be called. A simple example program for adding the button is checkboxes. A checkbox is a control that is used to turn an option on or off. It consists of a small box that can either contain a check mark or not. There is a label associated with each checkbox that describes what option the box represents. You change the state of a checkbox by clicking on it. Checkbox can be used individually or as part of a group. A simple program for adding the text boxes. Last one is text field. The text field class implements a single line text entry area, usually called an edit control. Text fields allows the user to enter strings and to edit the text using the arrow keys, cut and paste keys and mouse selections. A simple program for adding the text boxes. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.